Emo Social Club. We're here at Riot Fest. We're live. We're the Origami Angel. We did it. We got you on.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, yeah.
We've also been trying to get you on for quite some time, but
Let's
it just
go.
like never lined up. And I'm like, right now.
Well, guess
now.
what?
here.
Today's the
Lined
day.
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do this thing where we just like say it, and we're just like, hopefully the universe proceeds and makes something happen.
Right, like speaking
We're
into existence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't have to do work.
Yeah.
And then we just like sit there and we're like, we should email them. I'm not going to email them.
Yeah. Forget that.
Right.
Forget it.
I think it's just a lack of crystals like the manifestation girlies always have.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think it's just because we don't have that many crystals.
I was about to say, next year you got to bring more crystals.
It's your
I know, I'm
crystals.
going to have to load up on them.
You can get a better band than us.
Yeah.
You got a couple more crystals.
No, you,
Sorry guys. We're too many crystals now. We can't have you on the podcast anymore.
well, we reached our crystal
I
quota. We have
understand,
to go to
dog.
the next level now.
Serious things.
You're not that level of crystals yet. You gotta leave.
You can introduce yourselves too.
What's up? I'm Ryland. I
Yeah.
play guitar in Origami Angel, and I sing, and I kind of play bass too at the same time. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. What's up? I'm Pat. I'm the drummer. Just the drummer.
Hell yeah.
You don't want to try to put your vocals in on it, you know?
Nah.
Try
That's,
that.
That's so
I haven't
fair.
tried. Whenever someone like brings it up, I'm like, no.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
Maybe next time. You know, there's backing
Next
tracks
band.
if you need it. It's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, does it feel like you're doing too much in the band? Do you have to pull back? You're like,
I don't know. I don't think so. No. I feel
Okay.
like we just do what we do, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
We saw you on the, it was the Wonder Years tour with like Safe Face and
Yes.
everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
That tour was an incredible lineup.
Nutso, yeah.
Yeah,
It
was
I was like,
crazy.
holy
Night
shit.
in and night
like,
out.
Yeah. We saw you there and I'm like, oh, he's doing the most. He's doing everything.
We have an album called that.
Album called Doing the Most? Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of our earlier work.
And
Now that I've said it, I'm like, oh, right. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than the usual, but it's fun. That's what makes it cool, you know?
It does.
To me. It's like an engineering project at the same time as
Yeah.
It keeps
That's
it
a rock.
light. It keeps it active. It keeps it ever
It's
changing.
new. It's fresh. It's different, you know? It's
Yeah.
unique.
It's unique.
You're definitely doing something different, kid. That's what they
Yeah.
always tell me. Like, was that a good set? It's like, never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That
the
shit's
mom
different,
answer.
bro.
You're like, oh,
Definitely different.
Mom, how'd you like the show? Like the lighting was really cool.
Yeah, for
Like that
sure.
looks really
I,
sick.
Yeah,
Like
you
I really
guys
like the
looked-
opening band.
You guys looked good.
Yeah. You looked like you were having a great time.
Yeah.
You looked like you were having so much fun up
Yeah,
there.
they were like, I don't know what that yelling and everything and like all the hard drums and everything was, but it looked like you were having a good time.
And that's
Yeah,
what
it's
really
fun.
matters.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure. That gets you this far.
More stuff matters. I look at your mom in the eye and be like, you don't even care. You don't even know what I've done for this. You don't know the work that's gone into this. Damn it, Mom.
I was about to say, you've put in a lot of work though, because you're going to Japan after this
Tomorrow.
weekend.
Correct.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. We fly tomorrow.
Fuck.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely insane. And it's also with like Oso. It's like a stacked ass lineup.
Very stacked.
It's
Most
also Prince Anything Hyena and the
Hotel
Hotelier.
is the headliner.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Japan gets... Most countries outside of the U.S. get like that kind of crazy lineup.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we have to make it worth it. We have to make it like this big bill.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Well,
it's
that one
like,
just kind of came together where it was like, we're going to do it, us three, without the hotelier, right? And then Jake from Counterintuitive, who like put the tour together, it was just the vibe. It's like when we were talking about it, I was like that. And then Jake one day hits me up and it's like, oh, the hotelier's going to like headline it. And they're like down to do it because they like want to do it.
Yeah.
And they said, F it, this sounds fun. And then I was like, it's like one of my favorite bands ever, you know?
yeah. How do you like, I mean, obviously when an opportunity to go to Japan comes along, you're probably like, yeah, whatever. Like
Yeah, 100%.
whoever,
Pretty
whatever.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably not a lot of that's going to make you go, I don't know, is it worth it to go to Japan?
Yeah.
Like even for a week or 2 weeks? It's like, yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, it's like if you get to play shows there, it's like a bonus. You know, a lot of people want to go there as a destination.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's cool. Like we both have never really done that much stuff outside the country, especially regarding like not the band, really nothing at all. Like we just did the UK earlier this year. That was the first time we ever did that. And now, yeah, we're kind of just getting the rest of the experience, going to a different part of the world, flying out like 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, crack of dawn.
Oh,
We're gonna
wow.
be
Yeah.
up. So,
Yeah. Early morning for us.
It's gonna be an intense day for sure. But I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's gonna feel crazy when we're over there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool though.
It's going to be so cool. Sorry, I'm going to Japan next year.
Oh, nice.
And I've been
Nice,
to Japan
nice.
before. And so now I'm like, do you know what you're going to do? Like, do you know like kind of the places you're planning to go?
No idea, personally. I don't know if you have any.
Bunch of shows.
Aside from- that,
honestly, yeah. This is like the first tour we've ever done where we have like a little time at the end.
Yeah.
Not at home. Like we're doing a couple days that we're gonna do there. I think we're just gonna kind of like figure it out when we're there.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You know?
think just like kind of vibe.
I'll tell you this though, a lot of my friends who have never been are trying to tell me what to do. and
Yep.
I'm like,
Oh
Yeah.
no! And
like-
you're like, homie, I just want to feel the vibes.
Yeah,
I want to feel the
it's funny
energy.
though. I respect
I'll
it.
tell
It's just
I'll
silly.
tell you what you should do.
What's that?
I'll be the guy. Go
Oh,
to
no.
Golden Guy.
Okay.
It's in I can't remember the name of the neighborhood right now, but it's like a little area where all the bars seat like 6 people.
Okay.
It's open till like 6 a.m.
That's cool.
Like and so all these like little bars. I went to one called Brian Bar because I was like, I own this bar. It's my bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm Brian. And they're like, holy shit, you're Brian. And then I was just there until like 6 a.m. just like watching people walk in, walk
Yeah.
out, like just enjoy their night. And I'm just like chatting with people, having a great time.
That's nice.
One regret I have, and I recommend this as a regret I have, getting like 4 a.m. ramen. Just like going to a place that's like open at 4 a.m. that
Yeah,
serves ramen.
that's the move.
And being like, I want that
I think
ramen
we'll do
right
that,
now.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're covered
sounds
in
right.
those.
Sorry,
Sorry,
yeah.
like
is
tripped
that-
me out for a
yeah.
second.
You're
Like,
like,
yeah.
hello?
That's why I was like,
That is the one that is in the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Like,
that makes sense.
I recognize this one.
That makes a lot more sense.
When I saw the interrupters on the bill, I'm like, oh, the Billie Eilish cover.
Oh.
I'm like, I feel bad. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
But you guys
fire.
just had some new music come out in June.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. A couple months ago.
Yes, and it's Smack. So if you
Oh,
want to
thank you.
talk about that a little bit,
Yeah, just a little mixtape we put together. Something we cooked up over COVID lockdown type
Yeah.
shit. Just like wrote some songs in a different vibe, put them together, tracked it part with Jake Checkaway, who's done a couple records for us, tracked the drums, and then our front of house engineer Drew, somewhere around here, somewhere. I think he just mixed Oso Oso, so he's probably doing something like wrapping up from there. But Drew engineered and produced the rest of the record with us, and it was really cool time. Just happy to have a new little vibe out there. 20 minutes of music, fresh,
oh yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
Easy to listen to.
Yeah. Nah, no.
sit down, very bite-sized, very edible,
Yeah.
digestible.
edible.
Very
you know?
edible.
Very edible
Yeah.
record.
It's a very edible EP.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Is it like, how does it feel to go into the studio and make like obviously my assumption is you go in, you're like, I got these songs and that's
Yeah.
what we're going to record. Or do you go like, I kind of want to release like an EP and just like a short amount, or I want to release like a lot more music and I want
Right.
to put together this cohesive thing. Like, how does it feel when you go into the studio for that?
Like for a specific thing, or just
Yeah.
like I don't know. Yeah, everything has kind of have its different vibe because we've done everything in a different way, right? Like where
Yeah.
we used to like on the EPs, we'd like record it at like my parents' basement.
Sure.
And like our second LP, we recorded it in my bedroom because it was over like COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
And like our first one, we did some in a studio in Philadelphia, and then we did some in Jake Checkaway's bedroom, and like we just did it. Every single one we've gone in with a little bit of a different approach, and this one was kind of like the first one where we were like, all right. It was me and Drew there because we did the drums in Philly, and it was just like the way the timelines worked out. Like we were both trying to move in August, so I just like went down to Jacksonville, and Drew and I did the record. And it was kind of like, oh, we're just like, I don't know, it's strange. Just like we're just like working on this every day type of stuff. Every other time when we like broke it up, like just a couple days here, a couple days there. So that was the first one where it was like every single day we were like working on this for like 14 days, and like that feels like you're actually kind of making something.
Right.
The other times with the breaks, it's kind of a cool in a different way where you're like, oh, I'm working on something, and you come back and you're like, oh, I did this. Like I did this. I made this. This is kind of cool. So there's pros and cons of both ways, but they both have different unique feelings.
Yeah, and with just the mixtape out, obviously it's a mixtape.
Sure.
When is another full album going to be coming out?
I don't know. We're working on it. We're trying to work on it. We're not gonna do anything on it until we feel absolutely fucking ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we definitely want to like try to make a statement, try to make like a bigger long play type of thing. But we're gonna like really take our time with it, I think.
No, definitely.
When I was younger, writing songs, I would always try to get them out in 5 minutes. But now we're just gonna really try to extend it, make everything as perfect as we possibly can be. And do something cool. I feel like everything we've done is cool, but that's just the way we want to do whatever we do next.
Try to make things cooler than the last thing we've done.
Oh yeah, and I know there's been artists out there that have said like, why would I think it was Karen O from the Yeah. She's like, why would I make an album every other year? And I take like 5 to 6, 7 years to put out an album. I want to make sure it's meaningful and there's like stuff behind it and like, essence.
You want to be proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be the move. Like, I remember AFI put out an album every 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if that was like on purpose, that it was like 4-year breaks, but it's like,
It took time, yeah.
yeah, it's like, I'm going to spend the time. We're going to do other stuff. We're going to come back with new influences. Like, you kind of got to let it sit and like let it marinate a little bit and learn from all that.
Yeah, it's like, this everything is sped up these days, like literally everything, not just music, not just anything. Video game releases, TV show releases. But music is a part of that too, where it's like, I feel like, and we've done this before, where we just like try to release a lot of stuff as quick as we can. And that has its, it's got its pluses too. It's like, it's fun to really build stuff like that. But I feel like you can get really easily caught into the trap of like, oh, we have to do this. And like, maybe, if you took like 4 extra months to think about this one thing, you could hone it out and like this, you never know when that great idea is going to come for you.
Yeah.
You don't want to be looking back and being like, damn, I wish that we had X and Y for this instead of what we actually did.
Yeah.
That's where I am now, as a slightly older person. Just like, I want to be able to look back and be like, oh, yeah, I couldn't have done that better if I tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just, that's this type of thing. I feel like it's just like a growing pain that everyone's going to eventually have, no matter what you do,
Do you feel like it's TikTok's fault? We can blame TikTok here.
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think it's a byproduct of like life, not like society, just like that's where we are now.
True.
It was gonna come to this, whether it's TikTok or whether it's something else, or even if nothing like that ever existed. This is just like the natural progression of like how things are marketed.
Yeah.
It's just a byproduct of what the fuck is going on that we can't control. You know. So
I think it's I was looking at the lineup and I'm like thinking about all the bands and I'm like, there's so many bands. Like there's just a ton of bands, right?
There's a lot of music.
And it's like I think about like the kid who's like getting into music and they're like, I want to identify with a band. I want to like tell everybody about this band. Like coming in here, I saw like a group of people wearing Origami Angel t-shirts.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, like there's kids who are getting into this. There's people who are like about this music and it's like, how do you find that when there's so much shit?
Yeah.
When there's like so much different things that are coming out. But then I kind of get why people are like, I want to like produce more music. I want to make more music now so that people can like grab a hold of it.
You want to, that's the other thing. It's like, that's the contrary to everything I just said and like tried to make a really valid point. You never want to be late to the moment,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you want to be ready for it.
It's a balance.
It's a balance.
Everything's
for
a
sure.
balance.
Yeah.
And also a balance for you too, because you can't make something every single fucking day.
Yeah, exactly. You can't make something all the time. And sometimes you want to put something out while you're working on something at the same time. It's like, but you want to be able to play shows off the thing that you feel the best about, the thing you feel most proud about. You want to be able to do everything you can to make that shit connect, whether it's supporting some band and like playing all those songs or doing what you can to like really extend the, like, the thing that you've worked the most towards.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of hard work into, you want to see it pay dividends, And, and like, not even like in a monetary sense, just like have it be respected and have it be like, a reflection of the work that you put in, So I feel like literally, who the fuck knows anything ever, anytime, anymore.
A lot of time
before.
it's just, I'm doing what I like and it feels good and it seems to be working.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I stand by that
The swag
entirely.
is dope. That's pretty much what it is.
Swag is dope.
Swag is dope, man.
Hell yeah.
I feel like that's better than just being like, wow, this fucks. You're just like, the swag is dope because
Swag
it
is
throws
dope.
people off. It gets their attention.
Yeah.
Did you say
Swag is
swag in
dope.
2023? Like, yes,
I said
did.
that shit in
Making a
2022 and
comeback.
2021.
Making a
I'm gonna say
2020.
Actually, it never left.
Swag never left. My swag is in the building.
Never left.
Exactly.
Damn, swag levels exceeding.
Yeah. I say the same. Yeah.
Why? Okay, so Lizzie, when we were recording a little TikTok, a little reel yesterday. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna read off the bands that you're excited to see today. And I was like, Origami Angel, and she's like, Gami Gang, and I'm like,
Hey.
Yeah.
so is it hard to market your band when everyone's calling you Gami Gang?
I don't think so.
I think it's the opposite, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's easier.
I don't know if it's easier or harder. It's just like a thing. I don't know where it started, but it wasn't me. Someone did it on Twitter really early on to the band's existence, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm gonna do it, and then like now there's a record called that.
Yeah.
Now there's like people that have that on their shirt. I don't think it's that hard to market. I think people get confused. I think some people think that's the band name. That's the one thing I regret where I'm like, I do really like Origami Angel as a band name.
Yeah, it's a
I like
great,
Gami as a
great band
nickname.
name. Yeah.
And I like the other thing as like what people call themselves. Or
Yeah.
like what it could be a vibe, you know? what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't think it's that hard to market though. I think it's working.
Okay.
Do you think it's working?
I think it's working.
I think it's working.
Lizzie said
I mean,
it. And
that's where I first saw it was on Twitter, and I was like,
Let's go.
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
that kind of fucks. And
Let's
then
go.
I heard,
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
you know,
The swag is
Somewhere
dope.
City, I'm like, God, this
Do
really
you think we
does
should
fuck.
change?
No.
No.
I think we need to
thank you for
rebrand
joining the pod.
entire
I was about to
thing
say,
that you're
we're,
doing.
we're in
Change
too
your
deep
name.
with this.
Yeah, I'm trolling y'all.
We thought about how you should change your name, and thank you for giving us the
sure.
time to
Well,
tell
let's
us.
listen to the suggestions.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
As
I think
long
Gami
as
Gang
I-
is rad.
up?
I think
Yeah.
Origami Angel's rad.
I think that's
So,
the right name.
however people are paying attention to you, I think that's rad.
Multiple names is good, you know?
Yeah.
Look at like the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're
Yeah.
also called the Birds, you know what I'm saying?
Birds.
Oh, okay.
Look at
Go Birds.
look at the fucking Philadelphia Phillies. They're also the Fightins. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Philadelphia Flyers. They're also the Broad Street Bullies. You know what I'm saying? It's the multiple names is good.
So it sounds like it's mostly a Philadelphia thing where it's like, we can't figure it out. Call us
Yeah.
anything. We'll
Yeah.
know what you're talking
They know.
about.
They
and in
always
Philly,
know
it's
when
like,
we're there.
we fucking know.
They know, bro. They understand. It's a
Like,
couple
this is
names.
our culture.
Philly
Yeah.
fucking knows. Go
They
Birds.
know that shit.
If you want to shout out anything before we wrap up, promote the record. We'll obviously tell everybody go
Yeah,
listen
for
to
sure.
to
We got the
everything.
Brightest Days out now. It's a little summer vibe. You can listen to it whenever you want. It's not just available in the summer. And if you live in the southern hemisphere, I actually think summer's coming up for
It is,
you.
yeah.
So maybe
Oh,
you can
true.
check that out if you're in Australia and the months of December, January, February are sunny to you. That might be cool. Might be a vibe. Maybe if you're in America or England or anywhere else in the northern hemisphere, Canada, any other place, Japan, even where we're about to be, and you miss the summer, maybe you listen to it then. I don't know. It's just something I thought of right now off the dome. I feel like that could be fun. It could be. You might have a nice time. We also have other music out. You can find that anywhere. Origami Angel. You can find us on Instagram, gami.gang. You can find us on Twitter at Gami Gang. No period.
No
I don't
period.
think they allow you to do that. Even I think I tried.
They got rid of periods on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Sentences never end.
Yeah,
sentences are
it's all
forever.
run-on
Run-ons.
sentences.
Yeah.
No punctuations,
Yeah.
no grammar,
240
just
characters
chaos.
and then more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, no, you can find it anywhere. You can listen to whatever you want to, really. But maybe it could be us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
If you're one of our
No
very
problem.
few Japan fans, go see him on tour.
Yeah.
Go
Awesome.
check out the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
We
be
don't think we
sick,
have any,
probably.
but I would love to have more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen, dog.
Hell
Perfect.
yeah.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us, being
Thank
on
you.
the pod.
Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks for listening to us ramble.
Of course.
Emo Social Club. We're live at Riot Fest. We're here with Pinkshift, who fucking ruled today.
Yeah,
by
I
the
fucking
by.
ripped it.
Thanks.
Oh, damn, thank you.
I was at the set and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I didn't know you shredded like that. My mistake for not knowing you shredded that way.
Thanks.
That's a huge
That means a lot.
compliment.
That's a huge compliment. Appreciate that. Yeah.
If you want to interview or introduce yourselves.
Oh yeah,
on the
we'll
mic.
interview ourselves.
Yeah. Interview yourselves.
Yeah.
I'll just stand
Oh,
here. I'll be
we
right
can
here.
interview
Next
you guys.
Bemis
Yes,
drop.
ask us
That would
questions.
also
So
work.
you guys played. Why don't you ask us some questions about what we've been? No. Introduce yourselves so everybody knows who's talking on the audio version of it.
I'm Ashrita.
This is Myron. This is Paul.
Nice.
Welcome.
Yes,
Pinkshift.
welcome to the podcast. And I know I saw y'all when you were here with Mannequin Pussy a while ago.
That was our
80
first
years
tour.
ago.
That was probably
Years ago.
like our first show on tour like ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
I was there with Manny from Action Adventure, and I was like, "Yo, homie, I'm
I
so
remember
excited to see
seeing y'all
Pinkshift."
there.
And he's like, "Me too." And
That
I'm
was like
cool.
Shuba's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like literally the
That
first
was
show.
the first show.
First show ever.
First show ever.
First time out and about.
My first time playing guitar.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, my first time walking.
That can't be. I'm doing the math
Definitely
on some
was
stuff.
Paul's first time walking. I remember that.
Wow, that's
I
so
remember
crazy.
my
too.
first words.
Wow, you really hit a lot
Yeah.
of milestones at that show.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really glad that somebody was there to hopefully capture that.
Yeah.
I'm
too.
glad that we could share that with you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Had to book a tour just to get all this stuff out. Otherwise, who would you be today?
Not walking, not talking.
We've actually known about y'all for a while, just because like during the pandemic, we and I'm going to say this, and please apologies. We played your music live on Twitch and
That's
let
awesome.
people hear it. And you got no residuals from that. I'm very sorry, and I
That's okay.
apologize
okay.
immediately for that.
No, appreciate. I
We
mean,
accept a check.
Yeah.
Practically.
I know you and Hansel from Nightlife were all in there.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're.
I remember like Emo Social Club. Like,
Yeah.
Like when we were like first starting, like that was really nice of y'all to
We
do
just
that.
we're like we have very little range, we have very little reach, but we're very bored at home and we like new music and we like
Yeah.
bands that fucking rule. So we're gonna play this shit to a bunch of whoever shows up on our Twitch stream. And like Lizzie was the one who recommended it. I'm like, okay, this slaps. We're playing this every time. And it was just like a consistent thing in like our DJ streams and all that. So
That's so cool.
this is a very nice like finally get to meet and finally get to hang and talk to you and see you guys live and all that. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Fun to hang.
That's my moment when I'm like, hey, I've known about you for a while. And I know you don't know about me, but you guys rule. So
That's always a fun intro.
yeah.
And you guys also rule because you have a new EP coming out in October. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we recorded this EP like literally in March of this year. It's called Suraksha. And it's coming out October 13th. I mean, we should say more, right? But yeah.
If you're able to, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Nah, you get in trouble. Spoilers.
It's 3 songs, and it's one of those pieces of work that's kind of meant to be listened to in its entirety, as opposed to just kind of selecting songs here and there. I mean, of course, you can choose to consume music however you want to, but we really put a lot of thought and intention behind the song order, how this EP flows as a whole. It's kind of just one long 12-minute song as opposed to 3 songs.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Like it's definitely like different. We like explore different sounds. We like had some friends play like different instruments, like tabla and tol and the veena. Like a lot of like stuff that's in Indian classical music. So having that stuff incorporated. Also just like on the percussion end, already having Myron's drums like with it, like having those two mix is like a big part of the record. It's a big part of like, I don't know. It's a really personal record. So it feels like home, you know, to me. So like I was like, I think all of us can kind of relate to that feeling, but yeah.
It was our first time working with like other musicians and like in my case like other percussionists to like create this like rhythmic landscape that helped like create the identity of these songs. And it was really cool to do that, you know. I don't know. Cuz like when I started playing drums, I didn't think that one I would be in a band, but like two I didn't think I'd be working with like other people that were like really good at what they did to like help like try to, you know, like add different kinds of percussion to like create these different kinds of energies within the songs. It was a first, and it's not going to be last. It was awesome.
It was really fun.
A lot of
I
people
bought
don't.
my first baritone guitar.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the first this time around.
Yeah, you know, always trying something different.
Yep. Yeah.
Gotta do new things. Yeah.
Lower tunings.
Lower tunings. I think, did Will say it was the lowest tuning that he'd recorded
Yeah, it
in?
was the lowest tuning.
Lower than
Wow.
them.
Yeah.
Lower than Code Orange. They were just playing.
Yeah, we had to miss Code Orange. We're just like watching from over here,
Yeah.
like,
I know
I was-
Brian was like, "Oh, is that Code Orange?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Here,
I was
though,
rocking
doing
out to them this
the
entire
press,
time, I'm
the
sorry.
press junket circuit.
Look.
Well, at least we heard them from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
that
never
was-
say no to talking to cool people, but then you're like, I wish I could be over there.
I wish I didn't have to choose.
Yeah. So sorry we made you choose.
Okay.
We're one of many that made you choose, so you know.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
take,
not the only on you.
I'll take mild responsibility. It's
My
not
first
all the
time missing Code
responsibility.
Orange.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Your first time missing Code.
First time
That's
missing.
actually true. I've never missed them before.
I've never been able to see them. I remember when I was in college undergrad radio, I got a mailer from them, a sampler for I Am King, but it was when they were called Orange Kids.
Oh.
And I was playing it on my dumb little radio show, and everyone's like, "This is kind of too hardcore." I'm like, well, "What do you mean?" We're a rock variety radio station. Like, we can play whatever. That's funny.
Slap. Shout out Code Orange.
Shout out Code Orange. We've been doing a lot of shout outs already today. I'm just like, hey, I know these bands are somewhere here. Shout out.
Definitely.
It's like, well, this will go out later. They won't hear it, but maybe they will. In the
Maybe
ether.
they will.
Yeah.
Code Orange.
You are on with a lot of really rad bands, though. Friend of the pod, Pollyanna, and Jahara.
Yeah.
Jiraiya, yeah.
Jiraiya.
Jiraiya. Okay, there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're literally
like,
out
over
there in the
there.
guest tent.
I ran into Pollyanna earlier and I was like, you guys know we talked to you? And they're like, yeah, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
was
No,
like, good to see
we're
you.
like really excited. We're starting that tour literally on Sunday in Milwaukee. So it's gonna be fun.
Very excited.
That's a really
Got it.
fun loaded lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of
Eat your friends.
your friends. We got some cool surprises coming up on that tour.
Yeah.
Gonna be hopping up on stage with other people's
Yo.
during other people's
We're
sets.
literally all gonna be on stage at some point during
It's
the
gonna be
show that's
one,
not during our
one
set.
long set, and it's just alternating members of all three bands, and that's what the tour is
That's the
going to be.
plan.
I
That's what it's
mean,
gonna be.
I mean, like, why not just let that be the norm? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
what if
Everyone's
you
up on stage
said
at once.
No openers, no headliners. It's all the bands.
It's
an
all
act.
the
It's a
Yeah,
performance.
it's a
Yeah.
whole show. Like
That's
you
like how
have to be
theater
here.
goes, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
right?
It's a little
Yeah.
bit what theater is like. A little bit.
They do
but-
it like all at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, well, all the actors are, but you, like, you're not necessarily doing 3 plays all at once. You're doing
No.
1 play. But I also think, like, well, if you're trying to get people there for the opening act, right? What if you said, no, we're all just playing? You have to be
We're
there.
just gonna rotate out. We're gonna play 3 songs
Yeah.
each, and then we'll all
Right.
finish our
Don't
set
mess up.
eventually.
Low-key,
That's
that's
how,
what.
that's how Old Warped Tour was.
That's how the JPEG Mafia Danny Brown show was, because like I guess they were co-headlining, but it was like they were going back and forth.
Oh, wow.
Like JPEG Mafia would do like 3 songs, and then Danny Brown would do like 3 songs, and then they would like start and close their sets with like their like collab album songs.
Scaring the host.
It was sick,
Okay.
exactly.
So my
love
favorite
that.
thing to say lately, I'm just like, it's scaring the host. That's
It's just
a
because he
great
always
phrase.
scares the hose.
I'm like, I do that.
Very scared
That's
right
me. No, I think that would be an actual like fucking cool tour. I'm only saying that because I'm like, I know like you 3 bands would be like very perfect to like set that precedent and be like, no, I went to this show and like the bands just played like all together. It was crazy, but it was awesome. Like
We definitely do that.
Yeah.
That's definitely the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all like gathered around in this like B&B that we're in for like the weekend together.
Yeah.
So it's just vibes. It's all vibes.
Do you get to hang out all weekend then, or do you have to?
We get to hang out like today and like tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're playing in Milwaukee on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we leave like Monday. So we're just kind of in the same place, just in between Chicago and Milwaukee.
Yeah. True.
Like vibing.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
You can make the trip.
Exactly.
But I feel like when you're playing a festival, like I don't know about some bands. Like Foo Fighters is probably like, we're gonna go when we're done.
Yeah.
We're not really gonna hang out, but it's like you kind of get that opportunity to like see other bands and like
Yeah, totally.
be backstage and just be like, maybe I'll catch the eye of like somebody.
I
don't
think
know.
that's the best part about festivals is just like seeing your friends
Yeah.
all in like one place.
Yeah, it's like weird because sometimes it's like our only chance to see certain people like
Yeah.
during the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like you just randomly see the same people multiple times a year that you just normally don't see. Like we
Like
ran
ever.
into Turnstile like twice this year already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I saw Franz again like backstage, and I'm like, oh my god, this is our 3rd time like seeing each other.
But
And
it's like, yeah.
it's ironic because we all like live in the same spot in like
Yeah.
Baltimore, like in the same
Like we're
area.
seeing each other in Chicago, like Belgium, and like London.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
And you're like, we're not actually all together, but we're gonna come together in these random ass places.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Who's that?
That is not 100 gags.
It's not Gex.
I thought it was
here
for a
tomorrow.
half
Gex is
second, but it's
tomorrow.
not.
Yeah.
I will be in the pit for 100.
I like
gags.
how
Oh
we
my
all
God.
heard the THX like
Yes.
intro. We're like Gex.
I don't know who that
I was
is.
like,
Gags.
whoa.
I was gonna say, let's look it up because that was a pretty epic intro.
How did Gex own that?
6.
Yes.
The Interrupters.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
also
so
a
that's right.
job.
They interrupted
Ooh.
this interview.
Oh, they're the
Interrupters.
interrupters. They're the
They're good at their
interrupters?
job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Pretty
they,
good at
they are
their
good at
job.
their job.
They are good. They knew the assignment. They were like, listen.
They get the THX.
Yeah.
Listen, they're already ska and they're already battling against the terrible vibes that people have when they hate ska. So they got to bring the people in,
It's crazy because they always bring like the best vibes.
Yeah.
right? I'm
You know?
saying.
It's such a weird thing. Why would anybody hate ska?
Literally, if someone says they hate ska, I'm like, kind of
I'm
rancid
like,
energy.
I feel like you could be happier.
Yeah.
And
know?
you can have fun.
Yeah.
Like, really consider, you can be having a really great time right now.
Yes.
But you hate ska. Bad vibes.
Like, if you're gonna give forgiveness to Nickelback and to Insane Clown Posse playing tomorrow night, it's like you're gonna go, oh, that's just dumb, but it's fun. I can have a good time. I don't need to hate Nickelback, right?
Right.
But if you're like, oh, I don't like ska, it's like, no. We gotta bring the same energy you bring to liking Nickelback in 2023 that you do to ska.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Yes.
do it. You're like,
Like, there's
Yes.
no in between.
yeah. Music is fun.
It is.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know you guys also just came off of a run with Hawthorne Heights and Bayside, too.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
really fun.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
were only
how-
there for like 2 shows, but it was a really good time. Like I feel like whenever we see Bayside, because like we played with them last year, it's like seeing family. So they're really, really sweet and like awesome. So it was really good to see them and meet Hawthorne.
Yeah, I'm like happy that even though it was just 2 shows, we actually got to hang out with Bayside. You know, I was like a little worried that like, damn, we're not gonna see them. It's gonna be 2 shows. It's gonna be over. But we actually had a good amount of time like with them.
Yeah.
Bayside loves hanging out.
Yeah.
Bayside wants to
Bayside loves
hang out.
hanging out.
They're like, come on our bus and hang out.
Why are you leaving?
This
Are
is
you
the
leaving?
code. Come on bus.
Wait, where are you going?
That's good hosting and hospitality on there, and
it
they
is.
know.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They really know how to make support feel like really supported.
Yeah.
wanted and
They know how to
supported
support.
and loved.
Yeah, it feels like a band like Bayside that's been around for as long as they have been could be dicks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like
yeah.
you shouldn't be, but
Oh
I hope
yeah,
you're not.
just like talking to them, they're like, yeah, like 20 years. Been touring
Yeah.
for 20 years. I'm like, fuck.
You're like, that's insane to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I just saw Hawthorne Heights, they're like, oh, we came out with this album 20 years ago. I'm like, yo, what? I was like, I was 8. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I was an age. Before we are doing these short interviews, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do so quickly? But it's rad hanging out with you, so I'm like, let's just hang out for a little bit longer. If you want to like promote anything and promote the tour and say, you know, where people should check out your music or anything like that, like go ahead and drop that.
We're releasing new music October 13th. It's an EP. It's available for pre-order, like on vinyl. It has like, it's very like, I don't know. I Love Me Forever, obviously, like the album, and like even like Saccharin, like we did pay a lot of attention and like do a lot of stuff with like the physical and like all that stuff. And like Sureksha's kind of the same way, where like there's a lot of context on the songs, like on the record and stuff like that. And we're really happy that Hopeless was down to like print vinyl for it.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's available for pre-order.
I would say if you collect records, I would get the record because there's some stuff on the vinyl itself that
that's
won't
true.
be on streaming.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you guys pulling 100 gecs where you have alternative versions on the different
We
releases?
definitely have something.
Okay.
The THX intro.
Lose your ears.
Yeah, we have some more stuff on there, like a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not going on streaming that's on the record. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We have these the shows with Jiraiya and Pollyanna coming up in the Midwest, Northeast, and South, and we'll be at Louder Than Life and Aftershock, and closing out the year with Pussy Riot.
Oh yeah, Pussy
Riot.
Hell
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that's so good.
That'll be sick.
They're doing their like Riot Days tour, so it's supposed to be. I just love Pussy Riot.
Yeah, of
Like, I
course,
think
yeah.
they're so cool. I think what they do with music is really awesome.
Yeah.
But this is like gonna be like on another level. It's supposed to be like a dramatic reenactment of like the book Riot Days, and like I'm really excited to see it. Like I'm honored to be playing like on the same stage, but like I'm specifically very excited to see it. I don't know. I just went off on that for like a second. So
Yeah,
that's
that
one
was
of the
good.
I know
things
that
have
sounds
going on.
sick as
That
fuck.
sounds amazing.
So dope.
Yeah, definitely want to come back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Like whenever we can. Like, I don't know. I love playing shows here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd was lively for you.
Yeah.
I'll say.
It was
Yeah, there was a
very
guy standing
nice.
next to me. He had a Pinkshift shirt on. I'm like,
Yeah.
love to see it.
They were showing love. We appreciated that a
Pinkshift
lot.
shirts.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see, comforting to see.
It was really nice.
We
Some
felt
people
like
yeah.
we felt like we were the only ones who knew about you, and now it's like, oh no, there's people
That's
who
how
learned.
it was,
yeah.
though. Definitely, like y'all helped us out in the beginning.
Well,
Just like talking about us,
we
like
did
that was
very
really
little.
nice.
We did so little. But yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much for
thank
hanging
you.
out with us on your Riot Fest day. We hope to see you again in the future next time you're in Chicago. So
Fuck yeah, of course.
Thanks so much for having us.
Everyone go check out Pinkshift. Check them on tour. Go to the shows. Buy the vinyl.
Yeah. Pre-order. Don't goof.
Don't goof.
Don't care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're live at Riot Fest, Emo Social Club. Standing here with Jarrett of Bowling for Soup.
Hey, it's me, guys.
We did it.
We really did it.
We're all here.
We were just talking about that. We tried to make this happen a lot, and here we are finally.
Yeah, it all came together.
Yeah, look at us go.
We just manifest by not really doing a lot of work, but just saying, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
And then it's like, oh, that
over and
happens.
over. We should
Yeah.
get such and such on the
We
show.
should definitely have.
But like, let's not make any moves toward
Yeah,
it at
yeah.
all. Yeah, I do the same thing on Rockstar Dad show. It's like, you know who would be great? That guy's a dad. Let's get that guy. And then, about a year later, it just sort of happens.
And you're like, yeah, I feel like we've talked with a lot of people recently, like people who are in bands who have podcasts, but who are specifically doing it for like either like, oh, I'm a dad now, or I'm a wife, and things like that.
Sure.
We talked with Bandwise podcast.
Yeah, totally.
So we talked with them recently, and I'm like, this is like a new phenomenon. I think it's so interesting.
Right. We started ours about 3 years ago, and it actually just started in a swimming pool. Me and Gary, our drummer, and we just realized, man, all we do is talk about our kids. Like, this is a show.
Yeah.
Because every time we're around our friends, who are in the music industry, that's what it's just like anything else, right? High school never ends, right?
Yeah.
You talk about your kids. And so it's just like, and this is something that people don't get asked about. And so that's where the Rockstar Dad show was born.
Nice.
Yeah. So but I just came on your show to talk about
That's
my
fine.
show.
We were actually hoping you asked us questions. We're not parents. So
Yeah, this is the
much to say.
podception of it all.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Right. Well, I don't have any questions for non-parents.
That's fair.
I mean, I would hope to have a kid. I don't know, man. Now I got to think about it. Like, shit.
He's going to really ponder this later on today. He's
Oh,
going to have an
shit.
existential
Right.
crisis.
Do I even want kids? I got this Roadcaster. Why do I need
I
kids?
know, you're right, man.
We have this.
Yeah.
It's fine. I teach college. Those are my kids. I already got to deal with them.
You're good. I mean, you got a Roadcaster, a college, gosh, man, you're right. What do you need kids for? Get a dog. Actually, get a cat. They're way easier.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a
Have
dog
both.
recently. And
Yeah?
He's taking up my time.
It's a nightmare.
He's a
But
nightmare.
it's the best kind of nightmare.
I love him to death.
I have 3 of them, and
Yeah.
they cost me an absolute fortune and
Yeah.
hospital bills and damage to things.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Where is the podcast about dog dads in bands?
Right. Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because we all, anytime when it becomes Mother's Day or Father's Day, it's just Mother's Day. Let's be honest. and people do that. Well, I'm a dog mom post, and people pounce on that as fast as they can, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that show would do very well.
I don't think so, but I mean, I would love to hear, like, we found it very interesting that all the bands, like, their kids are not very, like, into their band,
Oh, yeah.
their dad's
Yeah.
band.
Yeah,
So they're
totally.
like, yeah, cool, like, you're in a band, but, like, whatever.
Right.
But, like, imagine what the pod would be like if you're talking about a dog, and everyone's
Right.
like, dude, tell me about that dog. You know,
Right.
I want to hear about that dog.
That's a good name for the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me about that dog.
Dude, tell me about
Yeah.
that dog.
Yeah.
Also, I think you'd have to have photos of the dog.
Yeah.
And, like, then
It's a whole multimedia experience.
you got to have a
Right.
multimedia experience.
We had me and my friend from my neighborhood had a idea for a show called Dog Talk. And this is a true story. I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. So it would just be me and him. And we'd be like, hey, welcome to Dog Talk. Oh, my God, look at this fucking dog. Thanks for watching Dog Talk. We'll
Yeah.
see you next week. And
Yes.
that's the whole show.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that would pop off, honestly.
I think it might.
I
Yeah.
think if people would like it, they'd be like, yeah, that dog is fucking
Yeah,
cute.
That's a fucking cute-ass dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next episode of Dog Talk.
Yeah. Nobody steal this idea.
No.
Nobody steal
Well,
it
it's
at all.
documented now.
Yeah.
Time-stamped on this
Timestamped.
road.
Right there
Do
at
not take it.
4:30.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I had the idea of going around and doing like man on the street interviews with people
Yeah.
who are walking their dogs, but then like ask them a question, but then move the microphone down to the
Oh, yeah.
dog.
That's
so you're
funny.
waiting for the dog's answer, and the owner's like, I'm
Right,
My
yeah.
dog doesn't understand global politics.
Sure.
He's not really going to be able to answer
This
that
isn't
question.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
This isn't Brian. He's not about to do a song and dance
Right.
here.
Just woof into the microphone. It's like, but to be
He
fair,
just licks it.
Yeah.
You know, like you could put peanut butter on it so he's
Yes.
interested in
Yeah.
it. You know?
But you'd rather hear about what the dog thinks, I think.
Oh,
A lot of what
if we're
people
talking
think.
about politics, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really care about what like little Lacey the dog really
Yeah.
thinks about what's going on right now with student loan debt. I really, really want to know.
I was, who's in charge anyway, right? I was cleaning up after my dog. And so I was cleaning up the backyard. And as I had a huge pile of her poop in the bag in my hand, she squatted down right by me, looked me square in the eye, and just took another dump. Just to show me
Yeah.
Who's really
who
in charge
is in
here?
charge of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm your servant.
Yep.
I feed you. I give you rides places. You know what I mean? Like I move over if you need to sit down.
Yeah. Oh
You
my
know?
God. That drives me insane. I'm like, can I just be here? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Like,
that's not a thing. This is
Not.
It's their space. We must survive within it.
yeah.
And people are going to survive with your space today here at Riot Fest when
Yes.
you
Damn it,
play.
the transition.
Yes. Just a great transition.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That was
fantastic.
just seamless as shit.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing today.
Yes.
Very excited to see you. We saw you at House of Blues here in Chicago a little bit back ago.
Okay.
Fantastic. Are you playing the Phineas and Ferb song?
We are. Yeah, that one, especially at festivals, we kind of have to play it everywhere. I mean, not have to, but to be honest, it's our biggest song.
Which I think it's wild because when I talk about people, I'm like, oh, Bowling for Soup. They're like, oh, 1985.
Yeah.
But me and my
Right.
siblings were like, you mean Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't often get the theme song to like literally the biggest cartoon in the world for
Yeah.
10 years. You know? And now that it's coming back, and people are losing their ever-loving minds, and it's this demographic, you know, that
Yeah.
grew up on it. So, yeah, I mean, we'll do it, and the audience will absolutely go bonkers. Yep. And, it will be it will probably be the biggest highlight of our show.
No, I know that you also do some country music too.
I do,
on the
yeah.
side. Are
Yeah.
you gonna do a little country ditty at all today?
No country ditty. I keep
Okay.
everything separate, so I do all my country stuff is done under my full name, Jarrett Ray Reddick. I'm pretty much just focused on Texas country and the Texas area, but I go around to the surrounding states and stuff. But yeah, I just had my first top 20, and I'm nominated for Emerging Artist of the Year in Texas
Wow.
country, and so
Congrats.
things are going really good.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for asking about that.
Yeah.
I know most people that listen to this are probably like, I don't like country, but the thing about it is you got to think to yourself, do you like Johnny Cash? You like
Outlaw country
outlaw
type of vibes.
country, that kind of thing. Then if you do, and especially if you like Bowling for Soup at all, you're gonna like it because, well, I mean, it's my voice, but it's just a little bit less angsty.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit more like sad. Maybe.
There is some sad stuff on
Yeah.
there, but there's some happy things as well. This I couldn't make it all sad. I would alienate a very
That's
large
fair.
portion of my audience.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this, serious Bowling for
Yeah,
Soup?
you're right. I know that only happens once per album. What's the
Yeah.
matter? with it? What's going on here?
Now the big question here is, when are you and your country persona going to open for Jelly Roll?
Oh my God! Well, I would love that. Some good friends of ours in the band, Patent Pending, co-wrote that Favor song,
Really?
and so you know the world is getting smaller. I'm that
Yep.
much closer.
Yep.
There you
So,
go.
but I would love that. I think he's that guy's an amazing success story. You know, one definitely from the bottoms of the earth to the top of the world. you
Yeah.
know?
I'm like, didn't even know about this guy until everybody's like,
Yeah.
Country's just been popping off so hard lately
Yeah.
that like, it's hard to avoid it now, even
Yeah.
in like all these circles of like, I mean, punk rock, I think has a little bit of an overlap with country in some ways, like you were saying.
Right.
But, I mean, like everybody's just putting it on festivals now. Everybody's like, yeah, they're going to add a country song to my my hip hop trap emo repertoire. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, you know,
okay.
it's kind of that kind of music that never took a hit. You know, a lot of people are doing it these days.
yeah.
So you know, I'm not jumping on the trend of trying to make it popular. I'm doing it from the heart.
yeah.
Nice.
I also think it's that. It's like, you don't make punk rock music. You might make metal music if you don't really care about it. But I
Right.
say that as a metal musician
Right.
in my
Oh, no,
past
you're
life.
right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was. I was in a metal band first, and like I was in a death metal band in the late 90s, and you literally had to have a medical dictionary to write lyrics.
Yeah.
Because you know you had to like have
You have to get
5-syllable
crazy,
words,
yeah.
words, and so yeah, you're so right. And then
Yeah.
it wasn't until I started the band before Bowling for Soup where I actually started writing songs that meant anything to me.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting exercise at first. It takes some time to get comfortable with that.
Yeah. And I feel like country is the same. Like you're gonna write from the heart, and you're gonna write
Yeah.
because it's like, especially in certain areas of the country, you grow up with it. Chicago,
100%.
not so much, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, isn't Garth Brooks from like Detroit? I'm like, you just
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
You know?
Like everyone comes from like weird little
True.
pockets, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Hello." But I mean, Outlaw Country's been just making a big comeback, and like Sharon
Absolutely.
Shook and the Disarmers and everything like that. Like that is having a new renaissance recently.
Yeah.
So I think that's like really cool to see a lot of that like come back, because it's just different. Like Murder by Death, I love them. Like
Yeah. Murder by
they
Death
are
is
So many good,
cool.
so many good bands, you know, that either do it or do it both or whatever. And you know, I mean, some guys from where we're from called the Old 97s been doing it right for a long time, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's good to see. Look at Frank Turner, who's here today.
Yeah.
You know,
So stoked.
started out as a well, you know, a metal guy, or a hardcore guy that turned solo country, and now he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, killing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love Frank Turner.
I have him tattooed on me.
Oh my God!
yeah.
Look at that.
I got I'm disappeared
There
on
you
me.
go.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Here we are.
You guys,
Are
mention
you talking to him later? or
Bonding.
did you
No.
No, we tried to, but they were like, we can give you this other band. I was like, okay, that works.
So you
but
took me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
No, we had another band the other day.
It was yesterday. So now that we've said that we don't know why we're doing this interview, we should continue it.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like we haven't talked much about Bowling for Soup, but I'm like,
Right. Well,
Bowling for Soup. You've been around forever.
30
And-
years.
Yeah.
30
Oh,
years.
okay.
And the big record, Hangover, turns 20 next year. So
Yep.
we'll be back around. But I mean, our crowds are bigger than they've ever been.
Yep.
Currently on tour, selling out everywhere we go, and doing
yes.
arenas now in the UK. And
That's so sick.
it's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy long career. It's a testament to the genre. Of pop punk, but also just the fans, not only of Bowling for Soup, but the fans of the genre and how they raise their kids.
Yep.
Because that's who's coming to shows now.
Yeah.
You know? And as we talked about, those kids grew up on 1985 and Phineas and Ferb, and so they're all in their 20s now, and that's our college shows are crazy.
No, I
People
bet,
used to
yeah.
hate us at colleges, and now everybody's like, "This is great! Oh my
Yeah.
god!" Yeah, so-
You're far enough away from like the pretension.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, this song fucking rules.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We can all bop around to it. Like,
Right,
yeah.
100%.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad the nostalgia wave has done so much good stuff for
Yeah.
bands that we grew up on, and
you can't fight the MGK thing. There's so many people that were trying to fight it, and it's like, why? Like he's essentially singing his praises to this thing that we built over the last 30 years,
Yeah.
And for me, everybody in my peer group was like, go fucking do it, because all of our streams went up. Like if you look at Newfound Glory,
well,
it's
because people
41
be
and
like
us.
MGK, and if you're on Spotify, it's like for fans of.
Yes.
And like we really liked MGK with like the first album, like pretty much more very least. We saw him live, and he was like really entertaining live.
Yeah.
And I know that even like my younger siblings who primarily listen to like rap and hip hop, they were playing MGK, and I'm like, oh my god, like we can bond about it and be
100%.
like we're listening to the same thing, we listen to the same like kind of those mixture of artists, and like they whoever just came out, I'm blanking on the name, came out with that collab with like Bring Me the Horizon, that one artist.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, Uzi Vert. And my sister was like, oh my God, I heard this. And I was like, oh, Lizzie would like that.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole thing. It bridges people, even if they're not fully in it, they still will get like the singles and the hits, and like
That's the thing.
they'll like and appreciate it.
But you're right. It's like that suggested thing. If you like this, you're going to like 1985. If you like this, you're going to like High School Never Ends, you know? And it's like, and if it doesn't lead you to us, it leads you to Yellow Card or some 41 or whatever, and that's all of that's good for what we're all out here doing. We're all out here right now. I mean, it's crazy because it's like everybody's on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's touring.
from our time.
I feel like we've been like to like a minimum of 1 to 3 shows a week for like the last like year.
Yeah,
rough.
I mean that Simple Plan, Sum 41 Offspring thing is happening.
Yeah.
Yellow Card, Story of the Year, like
Yeah.
it's just all of us, man, and we've got Messed out on the road with us right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of we're back, baby.
Yeah,
Most
we're
of us
back
never
into it.
left though, but anyway,
You've been sticking around, and it finally is like the wave caught you again.
it definitely caught us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blink 182.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
What do you
Appreciate you, Skiba, for holding it down.
God,
Yeah.
thank you, Skiba. We only got you for another minute or so, but I do want to ask, what do you think about like when we were young and that kind of a thing too?
I think you had to have an answer to Warped Tour. The only answer for Warped Tour is Kevin Lyman. No Kevin, no Warped Tour.
Fair.
So that's not going to happen again. So I think things like Sad Summer Fest.
Sad
Sad
Summer
Summer
Fest.
Fest with the Maine doing it every year and stuff is a great answer to it. But I think someone just going big and making it a Lollapalooza type thing, putting it all in one spot and getting literally everybody.
Literally everybody.
Why not? Let's just do
Yeah,
it.
we went last year and we were like, there's literally
Too much.
so much going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, because it's like that first year, like, everybody thought it was a joke.
Yep.
So we bit back going, well, why aren't we on this? And it became this whole campaign of our little eyeballs,
Yeah.
on the internet. You remember that? And it was crazy, but then once it became real, but that festival just doesn't give a shit. It's like this, when they add a second day, they just add it. They don't even tell you. Like,
Yeah, they're like, hey, guess what?
Yeah,
Go buy your tickets.
We're just doing, no, I mean, they don't tell us.
Yeah.
Like you just find like and you're just, they added a second day, and you're like, oh, I'm glad we didn't have plans.
Yeah, I guess
Oh my
I guess we'll
God.
figure out
You're
how we're going to be
surprised,
there.
I guess. I live here now.
Yeah, but so yeah, we'll be there all 3 days. So we're there doing the pre-party on the Friday, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah. Was there anything else you want to shout out before we wrap the interview?
Check out the new bowlingforsoup.com. Apparently, I blog again.
Wow.
Check out Rockstar Dad Show. Anywhere you listen to podcasts or on Adobe Radio. And as you said earlier, JarrettRayReddick.com is where my country stuff is. And I'm hilarious on TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you
hanging
so
out
much.
with
Thanks for
us.
having me, you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah,
course.
appreciate it. Hi, this is Emo Social Club. We're live at Riot Fest. We're here with Young Culture.
Hello.
Young Culture on the podcast.
Finally.
We tried to make... I think that what I do is I go to bars and I like run into friends of friends. Like, we're friends with Nina, so I ran into you at Nick's and I'm like, oh, you should be on the podcast. And then I just wait. And I don't do anything.
For the right
I
time.
just sit and I wait.
Then
and
he tells me what
eventually-
happens, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably email them, and then it's like a whole back and forth with like
And
publicists.
then, yeah.
Well, yeah, because then you have to wait for like. It's always in person, the podcast?
Not always.
Okay.
Like, obviously, it's better
It
when
is
we're
way
like at the
easier.
same
Yeah.
place. Like, let's do it. But
The fact that
Especially
today's
doing
happening
it
is
here
great.
too.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I should have you guys introduce yourselves on the pod so everybody knows who we're talking to.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, we're Young Culture. My name is Troy.
I'm Gabe. I'm Alex.
I was about to introduce
Yeah.
myself.
I
Like,
was like, we should have done that at the top,
Do
Brian.
it.
But
Yeah.
it's okay.
no, we already know each other. Everybody knows
Everyone
us.
knows we're just two big goofs.
He knows this.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Jordan.
I'm Michael Jordan.
What's your sports alias today in this interview?
Oh, I want to be Dennis Rodman.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man,
Damn.
that's controversial. All right.
Yeah, dude, that's tough.
Yeah.
A healthy
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Oh, as he is
tough.
now.
Torn
Today.
Achilles. Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers.
yeah.
Just do Katy Perry.
I don't think she'd play sports.
You don't know
if
if she
she
That was
did.
a basketball
Yeah.
music video.
If she did, she'd be great.
She did have a
I
basketball.
think she could like hit like a nice like Healy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can hit a Healy.
A Healy.
What's a Healy?
on a Heelys. Like you hit
An ollie,
She
that's what it
rides.
is.
She
Oh,
rides
yeah.
Heelys.
But an ollie when you're doing Heelys is called a Heely.
A jump.
Yeah. Like you have your own.
Literally a jump.
Guys, we can buy Heelys in 2023.
That's true. They
Yeah,
did.
And I consider that a sport.
He
So.
has some.
Yeah.
You have some?
She bought me a pair for my
And
birthday.
how sick would that be for like something like today?
They light
I
up
know.
It would be
too.
sick. It would be
I like
sick.
keep
Obviously,
thinking
you
like,
can't
oh, I
Healy
gotta
on
get
grass.
across the field, and it's like just roll a little
See ya.
bit.
But then you just.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
roll
Dude,
just
that
a
was the
little
shit
bit.
back in like 2005.
I wasn't allowed to have them. Like
Yeah, I wasn't either. They're like, you're
Especially
gonna
in
kill
school.
yourself, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, but like it'd be fun.
they
How are
banned
you
them
gonna
from our
grind your
school.
way into school?
Yeah, grind.
You gotta,
Imagine.
like, you gotta look cool.
Yeah, I know.
They wouldn't let us.
How else am I gonna get asked to the dance?
Yeah, the Sadie Hawkins
I
dance.
have regular shoes on.
Are you gonna relive your Reliant K fantasy?
Dude, straight up.
dude.
We were just
What a
listening
good
to Reliant
band.
K on
Dude,
the
they're
way
so
here.
goated.
Oh my
Goated.
god, goated band, dude.
I think they're a band that gets forgotten about now.
No,
They
dude.
certainly do.
I don't know if they're just like, are they doing stuff or
They
are
just played
just played-
is for Lovers Fest
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup.
it was
I
the
saw them at
one
Warped Tour.
with starting line and
Champs.
Champs.
Very cool. Very cool, dude.
Yeah.
Jimmy Eat World was on that show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mr. Jimothy Eat World.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Eat
I like
World.
that.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Mr. Jimothy.
So you guys just played here, Riot
did.
Fest.
Huge. Yeah.
This is
We
your
did.
first time playing Riot Fest?
Yes.
Yeah.
First time coming too.
Wow.
Coming to, okay.
Yeah.
To Riot Fest.
Coming
It's
to
like-
Riot Fest.
Yeah. This is my first time coming. Oh shit. This,
Wow.
this is quite a
Can
day.
we say come on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can swear on the podcast.
Cool. Fuck. Just kidding.
can say
Not
shit.
really.
It's our first time here and playing, and it was freaking awesome.
My parents are here, so I have to be kind of quiet.
Oh, okay. That's
Anytime
fair.
you say
That's
come.
fair.
Calm and jizz. Sorry.
You guys opened. I was over there, and I'm like, there's quite a lot of people here. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a good crowd
Yeah.
in Chicago for Young Culture.
Not gonna lie, I was like, not nervous that there wasn't gonna be anybody, because I kind of just like accepted it, like, oh, we're the first band, like it's gonna take people a minute to get inside, out to the stage. So I was kind of just like anticipating like a very like thinned out crowd, and I was
Yeah.
just like gonna have fun up there. But like I walked on stage and it was like kind of full, and I was stoked beyond belief.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I saw you guys with the Daisy Grenade Meet Me at the Altar tour here in Chicago at Sub T, like I was like, oh wow, like this is like, I feel like you guys were like sandwiched in the middle, and I was telling everyone like be like so stoked for you guys. I'm like, oh, that's awesome to like see everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so cool. But speaking of that too, you have a song coming out with Daisy Grenade.
We do.
soon.
Yeah, September
Yeah.
28th, we got a song coming out with them. We finally got to hang out with them. Like, on a full tour, on this tour that we did with Mimi at the Altar, and like we asked them to do a song. It was a song that we wrote right after the tour, and I'm so fucking excited for it.
Yeah.
So good.
New York homies.
I feel like the song came together and it was like we were like floating around the idea of a feature before we were writing a song, like maybe doing something, but then we wrote that song and it was like, oh, this is like dying for Daisy Grenade to be on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fact that they were down, it was really easy. They went and recorded it. Troy was there. They recorded their parts in New York.
With Gabe's brother.
Yeah, with my brother,
Oh, wow.
Tony. Yeah. It's cool to have my brother involved on some of our projects.
Yeah.
It's like fucking rad.
He's worked with us before. He's done writing sessions and demos. We actually played the song today.
Oh, really?
First
Yeah.
debut of the song.
Yep. First time people got to hear it today.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Went over
super
well.
fun.
I didn't screw anything up.
I know. I wish Daisy
Well,
Grenade
love
was here
it.
to do it with us.
Of course.
Honestly, shout out Daisy Grenade.
Yeah, maybe we can get him to do it in Manhattan on the Manhattan
be
days.
sick.
Yeah.
Listen, they're off that Fall Out Boy tour.
That's
I know, dude.
insane.
I literally, so we saw them here in Chicago, and then I went the next 2 days in St. Louis. I went down, and I saw them, and my friend's like, "Isn't this the same lineup you just saw?" I'm like, "No, Daisy Grenade's opening now."
Yeah, so sick.
So dope.
When is Young Culture opening for Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, that's the real question
Say
here.
win.
Fall Out Boy is like collectively all three of our favorite bands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're here in Chicago. Pete, Patrick, Andy, Joe. If any of you guys are listening to this, please.
Please, Pete.
You guys are like the reason why we play music. We'll
You've
be very
apparently
sick.
heard the new song. So
I haven't read a book in probably like 7 years.
Okay.
But Joe Truman
Yes.
put out a book and I bought it and it was
I
fucking
went
awesome.
to his signing event here last year. It was in my hometown.
really?
I waited in line, and I was like, "Wow, my dad torrented your first album, put it on my iPod."
way.
And he was like, "Hey, yo, what?" And I'm like,
Pirate Bay.
That's so sick. Yeah, wait, what was it? What was LimeWire?
torrent? Oh,
LimeWire.
LimeWire, yeah.
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
then there was Kingdom Leaks.
LimeWire.
Like,
There's
yeah.
Bear Share.
Bear Share.
It would be, I feel like back in the day it'd be cool if you got on Kingdom Leaks.
Dude, it was like
Yeah.
you were something because someone was
And what
trying
was
to
the
leak.
one for
Yeah.
for mixtapes?
Oh,
Dat Piff.
Dat Piff, dude.
Dat Piff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
dude.
What a different era.
What a time.
Really, we're in a different
Wait,
society now.
TikTok.
What about Pure Volume?
Pure
You guys remember that? Is that
Yeah.
MP3.com.
MP3 dot. Dude, wow.
Oh, MP3.com was my friend.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of
love
Reliant
that.
K, I remember I downloaded a Reliant K album on LimeWire, and it was not a Reliant K album.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
what was it?
what was
Yeah, it was like
Reliant J.
weird static noise and then ads.
Oh.
Oh,
And I
fuck
think
yeah.
that it put a virus on my family's computer. So.
You know what? That kind of tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Usually-
They
It's
did
like-
the same thing, but with porn.
Yeah. I was looking for Reliant K porn.
Wow.
Not Reliant K.
Christian rock band.
I was about to say
porn.
Christian rock porn exists. Interesting.
Probably.
It,
genre.
it has
Probably.
to exist. There has to be a
Switchfoot
market
making
for
out
that.
with Reliant K.
That was actually the first time you come.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big
And I
time.
come.
Big time.
Nice.
Nice.
Should anybody steal your music or should they go get it somewhere?
They
Steal
can
it.
absolutely steal it. It's not like
Okay.
we're gonna
Shit out
fucking
of
make
it.
money off of it anytime
No,
soon.
steal it. Just come to our shows.
Yeah, come to the shows. Don't steal the merch, but
Save your money and come
Yeah,
to the
that's
shows.
fair.
Yeah. Buy a t-shirt,
Yeah.
come to the show, buy a ticket.
yeah.
You can't torrent a vinyl, so
Yeah.
And honestly, just be nice to Troy, because
if you're
really
not, I'll
needs
cry.
Wow,
Damn.
look at that little
Pick it
kiss
up.
on the cheek there. Wow.
You.
For the audio listeners, kisses all around.
Hell yeah,
Big
bro.
kiss.
Kisses for the boys, the homies.
brother. Honestly,
Now, are you kissing your homies just friends on this tour?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
We just linked up with him for the first time in person.
But I
Nice.
could foresee some kissing for sure.
Okay.
They'll definitely be kissing, yeah.
Love
We were
that.
so excited for that tour. Like,
It's a really solid lineup.
I know,
Stoked.
I'm stoked. There's
I'm
obviously.
I will say, I'm kind of upset Save Face wasn't put on for Chicago, but obviously
Oh,
this is
straight
the
up.
Chicago
West Face
show.
was on the whole thing.
Shout
Yeah,
out Safe
exactly.
Face one time.
love
Like, yeah,
them.
Tyler's our homie, good homie.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was a bummer that Bearings couldn't do it
Yeah.
anymore, and like that sucked, especially how close it was to the tour. Like,
Yeah.
But like we get it, and like now like our homies Safe Face on there and
Super American.
Americans on there,
And some other like
Some other great bands.
Yeah, I saw Glimmers was added for one of the, I
Yeah.
think,
Oh,
Atlanta.
shout out Maggie, shout out Glenn.
Yeah.
Shout out Maggie,
I
shout
don't
out
shout out
Glimmers.
people, boy, I'm out.
And
Shout
then,
out mom, love you.
hometown heroes, our friends in Millington, who the drummer of Millington used to be in Young Culture.
Oh,
They're gonna play
shit.
Albany, and then I think our friends in Cherie are gonna play
Sharia
Baltimore.
Moore and Baltimore.
love Sharia Moore.
And then like I'm excited to meet Sad Park. Never met that.
I know they have a show here in Chicago, but
Oh, cool.
I don't know. I've heard of them like in passing over the last couple of years, but I've never like said.
Yeah, I'm just
That's cool.
stoked. I'm glad that Just Friends like decided to keep it moving and like picked up some of the pieces and like we're just really excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
put out this new song.
I'm excited to watch them play in like an hour.
It's crazy that this is day one of the tour.
Right?
Right?
Like we've never played a festival before, so that's new. And then day one of the tour is
Yeah, what a
always
way to
like
kick it off.
you got to get the wrinkles out of your set and everything. So, but it actually went really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't screw up.
Yeah,
Good job, dude.
celebration.
Hey, no one
that.
screwed up. Everyone did a really good job.
Honestly, it sounded really good.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Thanks for catching it.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
I was actually standing by Cameron.
Walker.
Yeah, Cameron Walker. I was standing
Yeah.
by
Oh,
him.
sick.
So he was commenting a little bit on it, and I was like, "Yeah, they sound really good."
Nice, dude.
Was he like, I penned this?
He was a little bit like, "Yeah." So I wrote that one song.
Yeah.
I worked
You
with him
gotta
on that
flex
song.
sometimes, though. You gotta be
Yeah.
like, that's
Dude,
mine.
he's incredible.
He writes
I mean,
with Daisy Grenade too.
Yeah, he's been writing a lot of songs that with artists and songs that I've liked like since I was, a little bit younger and stuff. So when we got in touch and we wanted to write together, it was one of those things where I was like so excited and happy about it. And it turned out very, very well, and I'm very happy about what we do. We're gonna write a lot more songs together.
I think so.
Now, he did tell me to ask you about him and writing together,
Oh.
but he said only say the meanest shit. So if you want to say something mean about Cameron right now,
He gave you-
literally said to do
He
it.
gave you the authority.
Yeah.
I got it.
Go
He writes too fast.
Dude,
That's crazy.
This dude, he's just like he'll take a sip of a White Claw and be like, all right, so there's the chords.
Yeah, he's
All
like,
right, this is the verse right here.
Literally in 30 seconds he came up with the hook.
it's also too hot.
He's too handsome.
handsome.
He's a
It
little
was really
handsome, and
pissing
I'm
me
like,
off.
Yeah.
you got to get that under
Yeah.
control.
He's one of the first stunt on all you
Tone it
guys.
down.
He
Yeah.
literally went like this. He went, all right, I got this lyric. It's kind of fucking stupid, but what do you think of this? And then he says it where you're like, that's the sickest
good.
lyric I've ever
We're
heard.
using
Like,
that. We're obviously using that.
Like, don't underestimate yourself, my guy.
Yeah, dude.
Like this is
so
kind of stock. This kind
nonchalant.
of stock, and he like comes up with like something like really
Yeah.
witty and like.
It's like better than anything I ever did. I remember we all hopped off that and we were like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like,
Because it was the whole session was probably 45 minutes.
yeah.
Which usually, if anyone's a songwriter, they
No,
know.
dude, it was
it's
like more like
three-
20 minutes. I
3 to
shit you
4 hours.
not.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a Zoom session. It was like 20 minutes.
Co-writing
insane.
is like new to our camp within the last like year.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple of really cool co-writes, and like the cool thing about them is, I feel like you come out of each one with like a new tool in your belt of
Yeah.
like ideas and kind of like workarounds on how you can like build a new song and stuff like that, and like learning and seeing how he works on writing a song was just really cool. It was one of the coolest ones that we
Yeah. I'm glad that like bands now do go and co-write because it's like it feels like more community driven and less like we're ourselves and we're our band and we write
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
and it's like
I
but
just
you
feel
wrote
like getting like that, like, pride out of the way.
yeah.
And it can
If you
be
want
like
to.
so much more creative.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
every
the
other
thing.
genre does it. Think about it.
Yeah.
Literally
we learned
every
so
other genre
much,
does
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like collabing with Daisy Grenade is something that like rock bands don't do that shit.
No.
I know.
And you should do that
Yeah.
shit.
I was just
Also-
having a conversation about that the other day with Save Face.
Yeah.
Talking about how like so many other genres, it's like kind of the norm.
Yeah.
Have a song come out, have a feature on it.
Have a
But
co-write
it's
on
almost
it.
like taboo for punk bands or like bands in our scene to do something like
Yeah.
that. But you look at some of the ones that have been done and like that, what's that? King 3 Day? Pierce the Veil and Sing
Yeah.
Sirens. Still one of the most iconic like
It's so good.
That's like scripture,
songs.
dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and like,
Yeah.
look, Kellen Quinn is on like so many
He's on
different
everything.
songs.
I know.
You can have a
does
whole
do that
playlist
a
about
lot.
it and be like, yes.
It's like the Ty Dolla Sign playlist.
Yes.
All the features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50,000 for a feature or whatever. it is.
Listen,
I don't remember
we're
the
just
cost.
gonna have to wait for the day that it comes out, that meme, and it's like, this is real music. This has 5 producers and it's you.
Yeah.
And then it's like this like random ass
trying to raise
punk
that
band. It's
number.
like, this is just me.
Just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You'll be the Nicki
Yes.
Minaj of it.
I love that.
We actually did just write a song with Ty from Save Face.
I thought
Nice.
actually we did just write a song with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Nicki Minaj.
Wow, that would have been so crazy.
We got Nikki on a track.
That's-
Nicki was not down with like, guitars and
Yeah, we had like, some extra time when we were doing Jesus in the studio, and Tyler from Safe Face was out there in LA and wanted to do a song with us in New Jersey because we were both on the East Coast.
yeah.
And we were like, wait, we have like an extra day. Do you want to just come to the studio? We can write a song. And so we actually did write something. It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Seeing him work was really cool too.
Well, we got you for another minute, so do you want to shout out like when that song is coming out, or
If you can.
or where people should?
Dude, nothing yet for other songs, but we got Jesus coming out on September 28th, on tour all month with Just Friends, and then a big 2024 for sure.
hell yeah.
Big, and then
Lots of shows.
probably new music in the first half of 2024.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Wow, coming
So
out
you-
swinging.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
might hear that song. We're probably definitely gonna have Ty on it.
Oh yeah,
Hell
got
yeah.
it.
Thank you to everybody that's been here with Young Culture. Thank you two for having us.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure
Yeah.
you listen to Young Culture. I think you guys are going to blow up in 2024.
Yeah,
so
I think it'll
I'm glad
be
to have
it.
you on
Let's
now.
do it.
Let's do it.
It's
We
time.
love you. We appreciate
It's time.
This
You'll
song's
have-
gonna do it.
You'll just have to remember us when you are
I'm gonna tie my
there.
shoes and be like, make me like the Foo Fighters.
Yeah. You're gonna be over there in that concubine
Yeah.
that no one's allowed to go into.
The Dave Grohl compound. Please, Dave.
Yeah.
Let us
Please,
in.
Dave.
David G.
We're
What are
nice.
you,
We're nice
what are you
kids.
hiding
We're
in
nice
there?
kids.
Where are the aliens?
What do you do,
Anyways.
Dave?
Where are the aliens? That's Tom DeLonge.
We gotta figure out what
Oh,
Dave
fuck,
does.
Gotta figure out how to make money off this.
Thank you guys. Can we do a little group
thank
hug?
you.
real quick?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
Group hug.
Wow.
Thank you, Young Culture,
Beautiful.
for being on the pod.
Love you guys.
You guys. Peace.
Really is what it is.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? We're talking.
Emo Social Club, we're here at Riot Fest live with the goddamn Used.
Yeah, seriously, insane.
Damn.
Incredible for us.
What up?
We're huge fans, have been fans forever, for the longest time, so this is amazing. If all of you could introduce yourselves just real quick so everybody knows who
Your voices
everybody sounds
are.
like on the
Yeah,
pod.
I'm Joey. I play guitar.
I'm Dan and I play guitar.
I'm Jeff and I play bass. I'm Robbie the Used.
Damn, that's so crazy.
But we did want to ask, you guys have been touring off of your latest album, Toxic Positivity. How has the reception been to it? Because a lot of it sounds like a little bit more of you're channeling some of your older sound from your your previous first few albums.
Yeah, it's been amazing. The reception's been really good. We get a lot of people coming up and telling us how this kind of record and this kind of honesty really helps them in their life, and I think that's what music's really all about.
Yeah, people come dressed up in flower shirts and flower beards.
Flower
and getting,
beards.
Like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
a
saw
lot
a
of
flower
flower
beard. It was
yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
it's kind of cool. They're taking the album cover and kind of rolling with it. It's awesome.
Yeah, repurposing it like it's 2014 again into that Tumblr
For sure,
era
for sure.
all over.
Dang, that's a throwback.
Oh yeah.
And then you guys also just did a collab with Demi Lovato, which I love Demi Lovato. I was big into the Disney Channel kid and everything like that, the pop punk Disney Channel type of vibe. How was it working with Demi to put out this single again?
Yeah, it was cool. She's really nice. I was honored that she asked me to do it, and the song turned out great. Really stoked. Be really cool for the Used. Big exposure, and yeah. She's got a few followers on Instagram.
Couple.
Yeah, just a little bit, you
Two
know.
or three. It is just kind of crazy that like I was into the Used from the first record on. Was that kid at high school who was like, you got to check out this band, and everybody's like, no, why would we listen to this? And now to see 20 years later, everybody's like, no, the Used.
Yeah, why would I listen to that?
And we're still like, why the fuck would you listen to that? No, it's like it is such a cultural moment in, emo, pop punk, in that Warped Tour scene kind of thing. Of like now it's just kind of mainstream, and everybody's just like, yeah, we loved the Used growing up. We want to work with them. We want to have them on all this stuff. So it must be pretty cool.
It's really, really cool to still be a band after 23 years. We just feel so lucky. Every single day is like a new, amazing moment for us. We can't believe we're still up there. All the shows are super fun. We get along better than we ever have. The band's tighter than it's ever been. So yeah, things are all amazing.
Well, and it's cool because we have always just been playing music, always been in the Used. We never,
Yeah, we never broke up.
Yeah.
We never took a fucking break.
Yeah.
We never went anywhere. We've been here the whole fucking time.
I just like to throw that out there sometimes.
Sounds like you said that.
Sounds like you said that before.
So question, are you guys going to play Wake the Dead again like you did at your Bottom Lounge show in 2020?
No.
Eventually we will, but we're not playing
Okay,
it tonight.
fair.
Yeah.
It's a fun song to play. We actually played
that in
on
2020.
last.
Yeah. Lots
it's not
of
that we
deep
don't
cuts
play it.
on the underplay. 2020 was right before the pandemic. Was
Yeah.
probably one of the funnest tours we've ever done.
That was probably one of the funnest shows I've ever seen of you guys. That was amazing.
That was a fun tour.
It's just really hard to play all the songs because every single song is really, really good.
So good.
We don't have any bad songs, so it's
All
hard
we
to
have
play.
is good songs, so it's hard to pick.
It's a really hard life to live.
Yeah.
We saw you too at the Odyssey Beach Festival last year, and I was like telling everybody that was one of my favorite festivals because I'm listening to like
songs about, being depressed and killing yourself, but I'm on a beach and I'm looking at the beautiful sea.
Yeah, you guys
This
play.
is incredible.
You guys play sound effects and over dramatics, and we collectively lost our shits and we're like screaming, and people around us were like, "I'm trying to have a really nice time," and you
It was
are
right
being
back to
a
high
menace.
school where everybody's like, why the fuck are you doing this?
Maybe should we play that song for it today?
Sound effects and over dramatics. Should we play it?
It goes off so
Let's
hard.
play
It does.
All
Hell
right,
yeah.
Just for
we'll
you.
play it.
Wow, thank you.
So can we build any other set list, or if you already planned it?
What do you want to hear? Blood on my hands?
I would love to hear Blood on my hands.
All that I've got.
Blue and yellow.
Tasty Ink.
Tasty.
Kit Kat Fire? You guys want to hear Kit Kat Fire?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
King of Fire.
Yeah, we've changed the name to a couple songs here and there.
Yeah, you guys just have meows as like backing vocals instead.
you've
It's
heard it
fine.
before.
Meow. Everyone will be. The kids will be into it. You know.
Right.
It'll be like a new TikTok viral song, just like an alternative version.
All cat versions of the used.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, maybe dog version. Let's do dog versions. I'm a dog person. Sorry.
But out of all of this, what is individually your guys' favorite songs off of any of your albums?
Well, for me, we've been playing Worst I've Ever Been. And live, I think that's one of my favorite songs to play live. It's off the new album. It's heavy as shit. People are digging it. So if I heard your question correctly, which I may or may not have,
You're good.
I'm digging Worst I've Ever Been
Nice.
live.
I love playing Giving Up. It's such a special song to me. And it goes over really well. Super fun to play.
Oof.
Yeah.
No, we're going on the list here.
I'm going to say something we're not playing. That's what I'm going to say.
But if we did.
Joey first. I'm trying.
I think I Caught Fire is one that every night, every time we play that, it's just like a special moment with the crowd.
Kit Kat Fire.
Kit Kat Fire.
Kit Kat Fire.
It's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
I've been having a good time with Giving Up, and Fuck You's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Fuck You's great.
That's a fun song.
Headspace has been great. Sold My Soul's been really good too.
We're just gonna go down the list here.
We're definitely
Next
building
Guy's
another
been
set list
awesome.
now.
They're all the
Sick,
same.
great.
Sick Cards.
Sick Cards.
Started Shoes, they're also good.
Zero Mechanism, we played twice the other day. That was great.
Zero Mechanism. That's some old deep cuts right there.
Actually, scrap the entire playlist, just playing deep cuts and B-sides. Everyone's gonna be so confused.
Just a deep cut tour.
Everyone
deep cuts only.
That's super fun for us too. Everyone just standing there like.
You would
majority
you'd have a crowd of people that are going the hardest they've ever gone, and you get the weirdest comments on the internet
we
after.
got 15 people in the front going hard for the deep cuts, and the rest of the crowd's like, play the fucking Taste of Me.
Stop playing covers.
Well, this has been incredible. I know we only have a short time, so I want to give you a chance to shout out anything. If it's like, check out the record or...
Shout out to our new record, Toxic Positivity, and shout out to all of our fans. I'm pretty sure we have the greatest fans in the world.
Easily.
So
I'm
kind
gonna shout out
and so
Dan.
giving.
Thanks, y'all.
Shout
What's
out
up,
to
Dan?
I'm gonna shout out to myself. Thanks for coming today. No
Give a
problem.
shout out to myself.
We'll say. Thank you guys so much for
thank
hanging
you.
out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Incredible.
Yes.
Right on.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Drop the mic.